morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Beginner Bootcamp Round 2. We have a round of 16 matchup between Timbo and Decksays. I am Moko, and I will be commentating this with Flo.
Hello. I am back yet again.
So yeah, first time I'm on the mic for Beginner Bootcamp. As you can see, this is for the top left matchup. The winner of this plays the winner of the remaining round of 16 matchup of Plexus and Froppy. And we've got potentially something interesting coming up. And we're going to release the races shortly.
Yeah, we already know that Dot made it to semifinals from the last match.
Yeah.
So this really is a race for the next few matchups to see who will be facing Dot.
True.
In the semifinals.
It's very interesting. Looks like we have some interesting numbers to already look at on the tracker. We have a 29 simulated Twilight Town, really big number. We have a 22 Hollow Bastion, a 14 in the World Never Was, and a very small Twilight Town in a 6. So some really important numbers to look at, mainly because our Ways to the Dawn is a 5, and we need the Way to the Dawn to finish combined with the emblems with a total count of 25. Interesting to see what their approach will be for their opening shotguns, with Deck already going into the book, whereas Timbo's doing the more traditional go up. Quick check the shop. We didn't find anything too big in the shop. And going into Agrabah Death Abuse. So, Flo, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on going back to to the 100 Acre Wood start versus just the more traditional start?
It really depends. Like most of the times, I myself even do that because it just is pretty quick. You just do your menu and then instantly jump backwards, and you're in there and get free chests.
Yep.
At the same time, though, I also say that going there once you get your first page is also a viable play. So it really depends how comfortable you feel like for it.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I err more so on like if our movement is, half decent, then seems like a fine play. Doesn't change the RNG of whatever you choose to do. We do see an interesting thing.
I will add to that one. Obviously, depending on the number as well, the 100 Acre has, there could be some nice tools like a magnet or something. Yeah.
Definitely could help with like your first fight with the Living Bones, which Dex has already got through, and Prightlands has already blued out. So with a report telling us where the Battlefields of War is in Port Royal. Meanwhile, Timbo has found the location of the membership card, which will be in Halloween Town. Who knows how deep though. A quick money pouch in the Beast Castle shotgun. I will say that like there is a solid chance that Dex might not be doing the Beast Castle shotgun for quite a while, so this might be a huge difference in knowledge of what's going on. But choosing to do Death Abuses also means you lose the RNG with the set fight for the Living Bones, so that's something to keep in mind. Unfortunately for Timbo, but we know that hint for the Disney Castle key gets fulfilled literally in the graveyard, so not very useful, but it is something. Do you think that would dissuade him from doing the shotgun or just delay it potentially longer?
Yeah, I could imagine it could it could move him away from the shotgun. Oh, an explosion is here. That would be now that it would be kind of bad if he gets like baited by that royal summons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've seen quite a few things. Like we've had so many tools that shown up, from horizontal slash, a little bit of extra movement, the aforementioned explosion when we got there. There's been a lot of stuff, despite it being a blue 0 now. Upon reaching Simba. Whereas Timbo now is in the world never was. Going anti-clockwise around the GOA. I'm not exactly too sure what he's going for here. Is it some kind of auto? We do see a little bit of a gap in the lucky emblem count at the moment. We have 4 from the death abuse shotguns versus 3 in just Pride lands and early levels. Interested to see. So Dex is going to do the death abuse in Agrabah, but we haven't seen what is beyond. So interested to see what things might show up. Yeah. Oh, I haven't got this package completely set up, so could Flo, could you do that? So looks like we have Timbo finally entering Halloween Town. It's new information. We didn't see too much through the Agrabah early shotgun, but there's still more to come. Timbo's filtering the items. Oddly, 1 ether and 1 potion. And then we see a fire in Agrabah, fitting. And the membership card that was on the report, just right there in Dr. Finkelstein's lab. Just sitting there, waiting to be collected. So it looks like that 22 in Howler Bastion is just there for the taking. See what comes of it. And you can see that their health is getting slightly up there now already. So the longer we take, the longer the death abusers might take. So be interesting to see whether or not Dex actually goes into Beast Castle or not. Right, so unfortunately for Deck, had the wave hit our monkey friend Abu, getting the complete clear of the Agrabah shotgun, coming out of it with a fire stitch and second chance, and I think 1 emblem, whereas Timbo is already at 7, but we're still blitzing. So, seeing Bamboo Grove. Where do you think, Flo, is the best major push outside of what Hollow Bastion, which is obviously 22 staring us in the face? What would you want to do outside of your classic Beast Castle, or would you want to do a Beast Castle with the 3 left on it?
Well, I wouldn't do it past shotgun, so maybe after thresholder a bit, and up to okay, that's way past shotgun. Thinking about it, I would definitely do up to Beast Castle at least, but other than that, honestly, yeah. TT1 full pushing TT1 isn't a bad play.
Yeah, I can see that, especially with a 6 and very high likelihood we're going to be checking for emblems. They haven't been insanely fast, and might be more of what we feel like to be closer to an average out of the shotguns, around the 12-ish mark, maybe. They're kind of crossing similar ground here. Timbo, having checked OC shotgun, not coming up with much except for one lucky emblem. We're seeing the Twilight Town shotgun now. I will say though, I'm personally probably not looking to push Twilight Town until I have something to either get to hit count or, you know, get final form and get levels off of final form, especially with an 11 and on drives. We are seeing a few things though, like a quick drive gauge. Some lucky emblems trickled through here. It's looks like it's been a bit of a slow start, I would say, compared to some of the other races we may have seen. Not a whole heap of tools, I would say, and the emblems aren't even like that many.
It definitely is a slower start compared to most of the seeds we've seen.
Yeah. Really making us sit around during the DJ hours, chilling out, you know. But do pick up a Berserk Charge, obviously notable for Zigbar as a force part of our content, and a Trinity limit right before the end of the Twilight Town shotgun. So that's pretty big. Quick potential to do what you mentioned, the Twilight Town station fight if they really wanted to. We'll see how long or whether or not Deck decides to leave it for late. Twilight Town, that is. Since some people like to hold out. Getting it really close, cutting it almost 2 shots away from death there during the Halloween Town Candy Cane Lane fight. But we are seeing the Trinity limit from Timbo. Quickly checking what we might find in station. So a little fun thing about these 3 checks in the station, if I recall correctly, is that I believe these are marked as more of a deeper check, the 3 in station, just because it's not repeatable once you get past talking to Donald until much later.
Yeah, once you talk to Donald, I think you might be able to go back once you cleared out the first visit.
Yeah,
but you would want to pick them up before talking to Donald.
Yeah, we did get to see a gap closer, slide dash, and a magnet. Great tools. We're talking about a lack of tools. It's just all in Twilight Town. So I guess I'll try to speak it into existence for him. Whether or not they want to see a quick Way to the Dawn, I would say there's 29 in STT is pretty tempting to me when you have Trinity Limit, Fire, Magnet already. I would even consider doing it right after the Hollow Bastion shotgun if I'm going around, the same way Timbo is. It's a big number, like it's a really big number, and I want to know what's there, but I don't know about you, Flo. That's my thoughts.
Personally, seeing a big SCT like that kind of scares me more than actually wanting to go there. But yeah, since we need a way to the dawn, it is a viable play because we do not know if it's there or not.
We are seeing both of them now actually hitting the same shotgun. So it's almost like two ships that went different ways have finally met, doing a shadow high five as they're going through Space Paranoids. And eerily close in terms of the emblem count at the moment, but with a 12 and an 11 between Timbo and Decksays respectively. It will be really telling to see because it looks like both of them took the we're not here to grind immediately route when it came to opening the chests. So as I alluded to, Timbo didn't go for screens and neither did Dex. So we'll see more of the crossover of the shotguns right now. But if we combine both trackers now, obviously the big looming one is Hollow Bastion, where it is a 22 and has some level of content to do. Never mind, I thought they were going to split and we're both in Disney Castle, so I'll eat my own words. But we do see one hint that reduces that 29 to a 24. One torn page in STT. Still bigger than Hollow Bastion somehow. Very scary number. But to not discredit the world number was, it's still a 13, and a 13 definitely has a 5. So need to keep that in mind in the back of your head when you're going through this. Looks like through the shotgun, we will have 9 drive gauge, so we won't have issues making drives and getting our drives up and our summons and the like. Some pretty nice keyblades, as seen from Dex's point of view, with a combo boost and an air combo boost in there. So one thing is that, like, once you've got the stats, the Keyblade abilities become way more important. And something that a lot of our beginners should look to not just focus on the stats on the Keyblades, but you know that you're going, especially in these settings where we're most likely going to screens, we're going to get our levels up, and then we're going to try to blitz through the world never was. Our stats usually get somewhat there. That's not a guarantee, obviously. Sometimes that's not the case, but it looks like the Keyblades were super nice this time around.
Yeah, sometimes it can just be that you get 15 defense instead of 15 strength or magic.
Surely I didn't roll such a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. But we do see probably a lower amount of defense early, which probably is why we got, you know, relatively decent stats in these early levels. Alrighty, and we're coming up to the end of Mini Push, which from Timbo, which was not done by Decksays. And looks like not too much to call home about, unfortunately. It does open up the way for Timeless River that we know Timber will get access to should he do the Pride Land shotgun. But that is still to be seen because it is a very big disparaging thing where Dex does have access to that finisher. Doing dual stance just due to our stats not being insane, I can respect that. Although I do think I would prefer just throwing up Magnet Explosion. Understandable. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, right. Never mind. Correct me.
Okay, I am correcting you. Decksays doesn't have a magnet.
Oh, that's my mistake. But even Blizzard would have been good, I think.
I mean, yeah, Blizzard Explosion is definitely not only is it quick, but it also is like less MP consuming, and the Blizzards also, if you have enough magic, can one shot. In this case, for both our runners, they wouldn't do that on screens. But it's still like Blizzard Explosion is a great combo. If you don't have a magnet, you don't wanna do punch explosion. That can be kinda iffy.
Yeah. Don't really want to get hit by the circle ring attack from a strafer and then suddenly die. That's the last thing we want on our agenda.
Yeah, or if like an enemy is really angled on a slope, then Sora likes to do aerial attacks, and you cannot do explosion in the air.
That's a fair point.
Magnet burst is not explosion. I will say on the point.
Sure. So it looks like deck refreshed for some movement, but not for aerial movement. Interesting. We are seeing a bit of a glide difference between Timbo and Dex, but we'll see how much it affects, because obviously there's just a bit of a crossover in the shotguns not done yet. But we are checking pretty deep. I don't think that I would love Dex's tools to really get through corridors here, personally. And I think Dex agrees and chooses to leave. And we are going to see Beast Castle from Dex, so might come close.
Best world.
Best world? All right.
And you know it.
I mean, just because I've been punished in my last tournament race, I still can't take it as the best world. But it is interesting to see whether or not Dex will approach with the intention to just be shotgunning, or i.e. go to West Hall first, or if we go to East Wing. Yeah. So it's just happened. So we're getting close to the end of our shotguns. We're coming out of it 16 apiece, with Timber going into Pride Lands. And looks like we have a lot of emblems, but no way to the Dawn in sight. So this looks like a way to the Dawn Hunt, if I've ever seen one. These really big numbers, especially this 24 in STT, I'd be very concerned over myself. Dex should be pretty happy about finding that money pouch. Yeah. But so interesting thing is that I saw Timbo push the wardrobe, but then not check thresholder, which I don't know if I agree with. But
if you're leaving BC before doing fresh order, you kind of want to leave without pushing the wardrobe, because if you're pushing the wardrobe, you waste time without even knowing if you actually come back.
Yeah, and I think that's just a little bit of waste of time. Whether or not it'll bite Timbo in the ass, we don't know. But we do know that he does have a bit of a glide diff at the moment.
So, if it would be a close race by like 5 seconds, that wardrobe push would have made the difference.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But that's theoretically. But yeah, you mainly want to push the wardrobe if you actually also do fresh order.
Yeah. Well, looks like Dex might have this idea that close on call, so he's like checking out BC, clearing it out. I think I don't hate this idea. You have an 11 in 100 acre. The page might be relevant, so I don't hate this at all. It's just being cognizant that that's there. Timbo gets the bad news for putting off the shotgun for this long, and explosions was just there. He's just probably thinking, man, I've been behind the whole time. But we haven't had a lot of the hard content show up yet, so it's not too punishing.
And we're already at 17 out of 25, so
yeah.
Now whenever we get D way to the dawn, yes, D way to the dawn, because there's multiple different ones. We might be looking good with already climbing, as like going screens and then climbing. Yo, Magnet.
Yeah, we're just gonna book it. We gotta have to book it to screens and climb the World Never Was as soon as possible once you have that in your hands. But I can see the argument that you prep it, get as far as possible in the first visit, because it is a 13 in the World Never Was. That 24 in SCT and the 10 in HP could just be bait. We don't know. Admittedly, neither of them have found a reflect, so that could be a little bit of a dissuading factor. But we shall see. I don't recall seeing an XP boost though, so that might be the other thing. Oh, we see one, never mind. On Circle of Life. It's a 6-7, that's really good. Would you take those every time?
By the way, just because we just saw Dex do Beast. If you have Explosion, first of all, if you have Reflect, then you just reflect him. That's no issue. If you have no Reflect but have Explosion, you can just do Blizzard, Explosion. The 2 Blizzards push you enough back so Beast doesn't hit you when he attacks. And the Explosion will make sure that he actually gets knocked out.
Yeah, very valid point. Very similar combo to keeping yourself safe on screens as well, doing Blizzard Explosion on that topic. So we shall see. Oh, and we are seeing a Shadowstalker Darkthorn push. This is definitely very interesting. Don't know if I agree with this push, but it is good for emblems and potentially a reflect that we're missing.
Nah, watch just 3 emblems.
3 emblems? All right. I don't know if we need to search for emblems right now, is my concern here.
Hey, you have to see it. There's the realistic possibility that one day TT or HB could have 20 emblems. But if that happens in a seed, you have either some insane luck or however you want to call it.
Some very poor luck that could happen if you just can't get access to, let's say, that Twilight Town 3, Twilight Town 2, and you had 20 there. That'd be pretty gross.
Oh.
He made it work.
There was a
and there's a
little awkward.
glide and a quick run. So he's bridged the gap. I don't think that Timbo's going to find that glide either. So that's very interesting. We're checking the Piglet page. Let's see whether or not Poglet has anything for us. That's a Valor form. It's a first proper form that we've seen through the seed.
Yeah, farms have been kind of spare this seed so far. Was more like sparse. Like, in Valor form being the first one also, it's like, I wouldn't potentially say at this point of the seed you really want to see Valor form. You probably want to see a limit form, a wisdom form, or a final form more.
Yes, but I think when I see an 11 on forms, I just want to see a form in general. Anything is better than nothing. So, Timbo's setting up the screens push. Don't mind this. We have our boy Stitch. Hopefully he'll cooperate. Hopefully get a decent chunk of levels from this.
Dex unequipped dodge roll.
A quick run.
I think Dex might be going for a level 1 World Never Was push.
Yeah, or just maybe just doing a quick run to do a quick check of all the chests before Zigbar. It's definitely an interesting play to make. Yeah, I will note, I don't think we've seen anyone choose to quick run Roxas at all in the round of 16. I don't know how I feel about that, but we do find, in the meantime, a negative combo for Timbo so far on level 15.
I will point out about the quick run. We didn't see someone go from 100 to 0 quick run. We did see someone do some limit damage into reverting into quick run.
Yeah, I like that a little bit better, just because at least we tried to use limit form to shorten the time frame.
But to be fair, here we don't have a limit form, so it's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And we see an emblem off of level 20. Our stats and our boy Stitch is doing his job. And
another emblem at 23.
This looks like you grind those levels, we might not need to worry about emblems at all. And we're just looking for a 5. So
now,
who knows?
Here you kind of pray now that Dex is really just doing the quick run and then opting to either level or going somewhere else. Because Timbo is getting those stats to do whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're cheering for the Dex, we really have to hope that, you know, World Never Was. I think unironically you don't want it to. I think you unironically don't want him to find the World Never Was access or the Way to the Dawn. So whilst you're there. That's
there were 2 lucky emblems on Roxas.
And we have so many more checks in the World Never Was.
So Timbo might as well just do Roxas or another one. Yeah, if Timbo decides to do Roxas and then checks the chest, then he will have. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my gosh. So just from what we know now, just pushing Roxas before we even get to the actual brink of despair here. Oh, with the brink of
my god!
So we're just looking for Way to the Dawn, and we are just in go. So this is going to be one heck of a race. We're looking for that 5. It hasn't shown itself in reports or the actual item as just a pickup. So this is going to get very interesting and very spicy really quickly.
Yeah, Timbo starting the fight with the Tron setup limit. Went up to the wall, pressed triangle. Sadly, didn't position right. You want to position between those gaps in the wall and mash triangle there. The way he did it is he was directly on the wall, in the middle of the wall. So the projectiles, it acted like you would normally, how you normally would do the limit. If you do it in that corner, you usually skip the triangle inputs a lot faster. And we're seeing SCT on Deckside.
I mean, it's understandable. We have a 24 there, and it is a search for a 5. It is a little risky because there is still 13 looming in the world never was, and stats are a thing to keep in mind.
Timbo will be. Yeah, Timbo will be at 25 here.
Yeah, so just getting up to Zigbar, we're on 25. So
Timbo will in this iteration, Timbo will definitely just push through the what was completely. If the Way to the Dawn is just there, then Timbo
this might be our fastest seed that we've seen. Yeah, right. This might even be our fastest seed, despite how slow it started. It sped up very quick.
Having a wonky start, no reflect, try to guard the attack. Has slide dash though, so can guard the other attacks and just slide dash into him.
Yeah.
Has to be careful though, because the HP is getting kind of low.
Yeah.
But had a... Oh, and there was an emblem in STT. On I think there was Pens. Yeah, there was Pens.
Yeah, off our homie. And Dex says, I need my stats now. I think he's seen the writing on the wall. 22 out of 25 emblems.
I see what you did there. Dex. Yes. Oh no, Timbo. Oh,
no, Timbo, no. Oh.
What?
We're barely holding on. That was second chance. Leaf brace.
Oh my god, the leaf bracer actually proccing there. That's wild.
Oof. This is a scary fight for Timbo.
Yeah, having.
Yeah, it might have just been Ross's just completely just missed him. If it was, but
I think it was leaf bracer. His spin should have connected.
But Timbo's making me really punch up. This is
finally up to do Trinity. Could have done it earlier a few times to save himself and do some damage. Yeah, he will be doing another DM here.
Set up for another Trinity and clear. It is unfortunately going to be slower than if he had just quick run. But it was a valiant effort, I think.
Dex will be at 25 by the way soon as well.
Yeah.
And anything as well as since he will be at 25 before doing hostile program, he will save time by not doing hostile program.
True. That is a save.
Yeah, Timbo's getting the emblem here. We know there's one before the bridge.
Yeah, and then the one right on the bridge. So and that's really unfortunate because Dex now is out of XP boost. I would consider maybe dismissing or just trying to maybe think about leaving. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dex realized the same thing.
That's not looking really great right now. 33 is like 1 point above the floor to deal damage to the World Number Wars bosses. And Magic is still basically level 1.
Yeah. At the very least, we know they have Berserk. So there is that. So let's see if Timbo sets up for a and Dex sets up for it.
Try to look for Flare Frost on Donald, didn't see it there. I think try to look for Berserk chart, but only check the abilities, not the keyblades.
On the keyblades, yeah. Oh, it went back. And we're back in the STT for Dex, taking the gambit with the big number. Timbo says, you know, if it's just here, I might be behind. So he's probably feeling the pressure. And just so everyone is reminded, this is Reflectless, so there is a lot of more risk than there is normally in our World Never Was pushes. So let's see how he handles the Reflectless fights in the World Never Was.
Yeah, it has to be careful. Okay, never mind. There was a rune transition.
Oh, and one more thing is, we're now in Go. We found the actual way to the dawn. Just talked to our homies. So Pens didn't give up, but Alette just had it there in her stash. So this is going to get spicy because Timbo doesn't go there. Timbo's just not gonna know. But,
Timbo actually does have Berserk equipped, I just realized.
Yeah.
Okay, broke out, but it's okay. That's so far. I spoke too soon. Okay.
And there's just Wisdom Form sitting on Zigbar. I think for Timbo's sake, if you're supporting Timbo, you want to probably find A5 ASAP. Maybe even specifically Limit Form.
Here's the issue now. Once Timbo hits the roadblock,
where do you go?
Where do you go? Yeah. Maybe he says, screw it, I go STT, it has a big number. But he could also just opt for the other numbers.
And go for HB? Yeah, I can totally see that.
He at least got a hint now that the second ID disc is an HB, so if he finds another unlock there, he just leave. Like, it leaves once he gets that. And maybe he has some time because Dex overshot Sigbar, so Dex has to fight Sigbar normally. So this will be some time.
A little bit of time lost. Let's see whether or not Deck can set up the secondary phase room transition or push him through Blue Laser. I would say pushing through Blue Laser is a lot more risky without Reflect, though. Probably looking to get that secondary room transition and not the first one.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, secondary true. Oh.
Yep. Oh, but he doesn't have Berserk on. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Oh, he might not have it, though. Oh, this is somewhat fine. We can throw in some more slash. Oh, but he gets pulled out. Oh, this is... We're close. We might still be able to pull it off. We throw out a Comet Rain just at the perfect timing. We might be able to get Action Leap still. That's still on the board. Don't... Oh, and I think we pushed it.
Oh my god, I forgot. No, Timbo, that is scary. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Whoa, whoa. I'm feeling like I'm playing this right now.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
spooky.
I saw the HP drop to nearly 0 from just one hit. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey yo, Berserk just ground hits.
Oh my god, that
Oh, and
worked
he gets a
out!
DM skip. That's crazy. Ooh.
That is wild.
And the Dexter's Sigma has been just an embodiment of Slim, just doing everything possible to just not die. Which still being able to do, throwing out all the warp snipes and reaction commands, trying to stave off the onslaught from Zigbar. And unfortunately, another DM.
Sykes, he will also be kind of iffy on Timbo's end now. I mean, it has at least the damage for explosion here, so can at least take down 2 bars each time before he retaliates.
Yeah, just throwing a couple guards against him. Then maybe we finish off with some wisdom.
Oh,
and the Valor form, yeah, it's a very good way to just keep yourself alive. Just that little bit longer, refresh that health bar, and maybe amp that strength up just enough. Ooh, we're getting close.
Oh no.
It's really scary.
Oh no.
No. We just popped Valor. We could have survived that. Oh, so unfortunate.
Oh no, Timbo is also kind of looking scary. You cannot guard that.
Oh. All right.
You cannot guard that, people. Just so you know.
Yeah. So Dex pushing out Hollow Bastion, probably trying to find more tools.
Might as well just opt to do the 4 fight to get some EXP.
Yeah.
Praying that the stats increase from those few levels. What's crazy though is like I don't know if it's just power boost difference or magic boost difference, but Timbo's on the same level.
Yeah. I think it's probably also accessories as well, because we've seen like Cosmic Arts in The World Never Was, for example.
Oh, well, there's a Shadow Arcade Plus.
Yeah.
In Crescent Core.
Helping out that explosion that we've got our hands on.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Timbo died near the end of Sykes here.
Yeah, so each of them has seen a unfortunate long death. Maybe, or well, if Deck hadn't found the previous Berserk, he's definitely got one now. Berserk Charge, that is, and he might go one more time with that Berserk Charge. Yep, slapping it on. And he's slapping it on. I think he's going to give us another shot at it. But yeah, it definitely looks like an accessory gap. Just not putting them on. It is highly recommended to put on your 2/2s, your full blooms, and your shadow archives. Just really index those stats. Help them out when they don't get there.
Again, by the way, if you do 2 explosions on Sykes, he will like 2 full combos explosion on Sykes. He will retaliate. It is better to just guard or reflect instead of trying to slide dash into him again. You more than likely will not get off a third explosion.
Yeah, you're definitely meant to do. Yeah. I think with all the trouble we're seeing in these fights, I think there's probably an argument here to be made. Maybe we put on that petite ribbon we saw early on in, I think, Twilight Town. Especially seeing DMs and stuff like that probably might be help both of them in this case. But we are seeing a Berserk attempts from Deck.
We are also seeing a Moon Boy being very angry.
Timbo doing everything possible to try and survive.
No, this is not the... Oh, wow, that was so close.
Oh. And the Berserk charge doing what it needs to for Deck and getting him through.
Okay. Timbo has to guard here. He did remind to guard here, and that is Cyx.
Okay. So that means what does Timbo do next? Because he's out of space he can go in the World of Wars.
This will be interesting. Maybe he just says, screw it, STT has a big number.
Maybe.
Well, at this point it would be the play, honestly. I would do it now.
Yeah.
And he's doing it.
And we are seeing the visit.
By the way, shout out to Dallin. This is the strong seed.
Oh. With Timbo embracing it in full with the Stonks mod. Changing the portal to Roxas Stonks. Ooh, yeah. That's a lot of damage from Luxon. Surely we need to make some thoughts about maybe actually amping that defense that we criminally normally in beginner get way too much of. This might be a seed being reflectless. We might want to have just a little bit of extra safety.
Yeah, just as a heads up again, also for the runners if they rewatch it. I mean, Timbo did use accessories and boosts, but please, if you are going to push about Nova Wars, consider checking your inventory stock. Consider applying the boost that you got from either pop-ups or chests, and also control your key plates and your accessories again if you have better accessories, because you really do not want to do these fights level 1. They take a lot of time, as we saw in Sigbar before Dex got Berserk Charge, and you optimally just want to not take a long time on these fights.
Oh, 100%.
And speaking out of experience, just because you can do them level 1 doesn't mean you're faster.
You should. Doesn't mean you always should just because you want to. If the opportunity presents itself to give you stats, you should take it. 100%.
Yeah, and even if you have flawless like level 1 fights, if someone goes in there with 42 sets, they just melt these bosses.
Sure. Alrighty. And Timbo's picked up that Way to the Dawn after his quick visit to Stonks, and Dex right behind him. This is probably the point in time we mentioned that we can see Timbo has a bit of a loadless advantage too.
Not only that, but the stats advantage. That's like the main issue here. Dex still has to do Cyx with level 1 stats mostly. And then and Timbo just has these stats. So unless Timbo somehow like dies a lot during final fights, I feel like this is not savable.
I think it's still very execution heavy, in my opinion. Like, yes, I think Timbo's got the advantage in terms of he's in position to, you know, be in the lead post Xemnas, and maybe get in there first. But and we see Light and Darkness right beforehand. Maybe we make a consideration that before going into final fights, we force final. I don't know whether or not I love it.
From my perspective, you do not want to leave to force final at this point. You are in go mode. You are wasting way too much time getting final. You're better off to just going into the core fight without final form and just using Chicken Little, because we have Chicken Little, who can be our magnet in that fight. And from there on, you just do chicken little whistles, blizzard, explosion, and then
I wasn't
both
saying
fights
to
are
leave.
over.
I wasn't saying to leave. I was saying to do it in the very next room. You can force it in the next room, so we could get to the very bottom of just here, and then at the very top of there you can force final. So that could be an option on the table, and we're not leaving, so would help because we are reflectless. Like every bit of help might be nice, but I do see your point. If we're just in go, we might just take the go.
The thing is, yes, you can force it down here, but at the same time, it depends how many tries you need for it, and if you have the tools if you have other tools to make it faster, like chicken explosion, then it's more so
it's arguably not worth it. Yeah,
especially because like it's usable for like 2 fights, and then you're locked out of it anyway.
Yeah.
By the way, nice building skip. There was a building.
Timber.
Yeah, it was a building skip.
It was a building skip. It was a secondary building skip. Yeah, and Timbo is just press and go. Okay, we're going in. So I guess we're strapping ourselves in with whatever we've got. Meanwhile, Dex taking one more retaliation from Syax. Trying to... only missed his opportunity to prevent the DM. So this is unfortunately very time costly. And like you said, I think this is unfortunately a bit of a gap based on the stat difference alone.
Yo, building boost, let's go.
Oh, Timbo took a building boost to get further ahead.
Surely it was intended, smile. Sykes got too much knockback there, so the Claymore did not hit, and it's another DM, and
that's unfortunate.
And Dex might get caught here. Opsu, you secure. Oh, shoutouts
ironically,
to another cure on level 32.
Ironically finding another cure at the same time on the next level. Oh. Alright. And we whiffed again. So unfortunate.
But he went out of Berserk on his own.
Yeah.
That
seems like he just gave up on his anger. And
my anger is grown for far too long. Wait, wrong boss.
Wait, wrong boss. Just the power of the moon only lasts for so long, I guess.
Imagine you go to Scar and Scar suddenly says moonshine down.
I mean, if we're looking at boss enemy, maybe. So we have Timbo in engine core. Deck probably going to do the same thing as Timbo. Probably check these chests, hoping and praying for something of major use as the last remaining 5. You know, hoping for maybe limit form here.
Yeah, I have to say, shoutouts for Chicken going so hard to throw multiple marbles back to back against the core.
Yeah.
That looks so funny. I never realized him doing that. If he even does it consistently. Putting all his anger into those marbles.
He's through to Armored Xemnas 1. Through the enemies that could have killed him.
He could, if he would have delayed the combo and the explosion after that, he could have gotten iframes on the
explosion. Yeah.
Because the explosion, the startup of it, like when the hitbox appears, gives you iframes, and you can iframe the Claymores with that. And the swing as well. And I guess technically the barrier as well, but the barrier has multi-hit.
We're seeing an example of dodge roll being our best friend here when you don't have reflect.
You cannot guard the swing.
Yeah, you 100% dodge roll part through instead. Meanwhile, deck on Xemnas 1, trying to parry hits and guard them. Probably a little bit in panic stations, but just trying to stay calm and get some punishes on Xemnas. One thing I like to do is kind of not try to move around too much, so I'm prepared to punish Xemnas depending on what attack he's choosing to throw out. Yeah, he does get a connection there. Aerial spiral.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a stream feed, but it's so weird seeing Sora glide and then just lagging down when falling. That looks so goofy. What I wanted to point out is a reminder that the Armored Xemnas, actually all the fights here are not magic resistant. So you can. So if you're at the HP gate, instead of waiting for a barrier to drop, and no,
that's a death on the very end of Armored Xemnas 2.
Yeah, instead
that's brutal.
Instead of going for hitting like with a full combo, there was the iframes, by the way. If you have Thunder, like in this case, just use a Thunder to get to the HP gate or to kill. Going in to make a combo for the kill is not worth it, because stuff like this can happen.
Oh, 100%. And every time you try to bypass, you should be intending to dodge roll to get past his swings, prevent the damage.
But it's okay. Timbo's playing on crit. I mean, do you see the HP? It's crit health. Smile.
I mean, sure looks a little bit like that.
Ooh, that was too close.
This is getting very spooky. And Dex got it himself a second building, so he's probably going to look to complete the face down and probably just finish him off with a magic.
What's Chris, by the way, pointing out in chat here right now is, if you're reflectless, you are fine playing it safe. I know this is still a race, but being reflectless, it is a safer call to be safe than dying over and over. Oh, nice dodge roll there.
Yep, I totally agree. You want to just make sure you get through here. That's the goal.
Magic.
There we go. And he gets a blizzard to get himself into final Xemnas. Deck doing a shop, probably slapping on elixirs into his inventory.
Now, Reflectless Final Xemnas is tough. No Reflect, no Limit Form. We have Trinity, so that will at least help us out a bit.
We have a serviceable magic stat, so that session will do some decent work if we can just throw out some sessions, but I'm not sure how Timbo's item count and item situation is as well.
Got healed by Riku here. You cannot guard the laser swords.
No, unfortunately not. You should be prioritizing just getting into sessions over and over again. Unfortunately, that's realistically your best out when you are reflectless.
I mean, you can bait out a tag and hope that he does divines, and then you can dodge roll divines and then just slide dash into him and do your explosion combo. Like here, you could have dodge rolled. I mean, taking it is also fine. Optimally, you don't want to die, so yeah. Takes off 2 HP bars. He's retaliating now. Oh my god, the explosion iframes. I
Kept him
love
alive.
explosion. I love explosion, but I hate explosion.
Right. Most likely setting up for a combo.
Got out
Minor punish.
Got out another explosion there, dealing nearly a whole bar again. That it. Okay, they're next to each other.
This is definitely greedy. We've got 3 ethers. Looks like, and 1 elixir.
Okay, Rico healed him up, so he's fine again.
I feel like without remaining items, I just want a session. Yes, and he does what I think he should do. Try and get as much of the damage out from the session.
So even if you get stoned there, that was the copy. Pay attention to the HP bar if you lock on Samus. If you lock on and he doesn't have an HP bar, that is the copy, and you do deal no damage to the copy.
Yep. Oh, and
that was too early.
Try to dodge roll the spare a heart. Ooh, and now we've got Riku to step up to the plate. Whilst Dex is trying to chase him, he's now in engine core.
Information, fake. By the way, nice boost for Samus there. He can do a Hori into Trinity, but yes, the should kill here because he's able to do a finisher here, and that is a don't skip.
That's the don't skip. That's a GG's to Timbo. A bit of a rough seed, can't lie.
Yo, nice blizzard.
Yep. And we're going to watch out Dex finish out the seed. Maybe.
Dex actually having these like more stats now to deal more damage as well.
Yeah.
Gets the explosion iframes here. Okay, some of them at least. Gets the second ones. Gets the third one. Gets the iframes on the barrier.
Yeah.
Just doesn't care. It's just like, yeah, I would just swing.
Just
which is fair.
And swinging away. It looks like
that extra plus. That extra finishing plus definitely was helping out here.
Well, getting him to an additional explosion. Trying to get unlimited combos. And now on AX2. See if he has a little bit of an easier time. Blacklist.
You are less likely to bonk on Armored 1 than Armored 2. Armored 2, you're more likely to bonk.
Yeah. I don't know what material that chair's made of, but I don't know about you, Flo, but I would like some of that where I live. I want some indestructible material.
I think that's nobody material.
Maybe. I don't know how I would acquire it though.
Ask Roxas.
You know what? Fair point. Oh, and he gets a fortunate building one behind him. And just a reminder to everyone that Bootcamp is doing all of this to benefit American Heart Association. If you can, and you are willing, please remember to use the command !donate to help donate to a great cause. Whilst we're seeing Dex just do the things he needs to get into finals of this.
There was a chair bonk, by the way. There was at least one.
It was a chair bonk, and I still don't see any dents.
You can, by the way, dodge roll the initial crap of these ends. It is... I wouldn't say it's pretty tight, but getting it down definitely needs getting used to.
Yeah, I think the best way to do that is just to do it, like do the input as you're going in.
It also depends a little on your dodge roll level. If you have dodge roll 1, then it's more like you have to time it, like, basically. If you have like dodge roll, I would say 3 or 4, you can probably just dodge roll immediately at the beginning of the fight. Because the higher the dodge roll level, the more iframes you have.
Yeah. See, Deck is trying to position himself to try to throw out some explosion ground combos onto Xemnas.
I also noticed Deck does not have side dash.
Yeah.
I already noticed it on Cyrex, but I didn't mention it there. But yeah, Dex does not have slide dash, so cannot close the gap after either getting hit by Xemnas or either dodging Xemnas.
Becomes more of a much more tougher positioning game.
It always warms my heart to see people trying to guard this attack. Brings me back to last year.
I don't know what you're talking about. Surely wasn't me. So let's see whether or not Dex goes for just continual session spam. He did kit himself out with elixirs, so it's an entirely viable option here, I think.
Oh, just taking the iframes of the explosion to deal damage there. Oh, sadly did lock on to the copy.
Yep. The clone took the brunt of the initial impact.
Should be pushing to laser face here though.
Yeah, gets the all Zen.
Immediately goes into
another session.
Well, again, he can do all Zen on the last part of the laser phase.
Yep. So long as it actually connects.
He was not there.
Yeah.
That's the wrong Xemnas.
Also, unfortunately, found the wrong one. So what you want to make sure is that when you're throwing out the All-Zen, especially when you're reflectless, you are throwing it out onto the Xemnas when it's out. Really, it was out?
There should be Dome. No, it's not Dome.
Out.
Optimally, you wanna drop it here, pop an elixir, and then try to go for the skip.
Try to go for skip. Yeah.
Oh, and as I
does drop it.
Oh.
We kind of need every little bit from it.
This is not good. I think he noticed. That's it. He can also end here and do a thunder, but did not opt to do it. Oh, he has him here in dome range though. Okay.
Yep. He's caught him.
Friendly.
And that is GG's for Dex.
Friendly reminder. First of all, GG's. Second of all, alt end does not kill. That's all I want to say.
That's fair. But we did get to see both our runners clear a reflectless and don't skip. So big GG's to both of our runners. This is not the end of the road for Dex. This is just the first of 3 events that to get accrue some points and see how far you get. Now Timbo is the winner, and we'll get to play the winner of Plixus and Froppy. And
who will also go head to head in around 9 hours.
So that is our next race, I think. And or do we have another one coming up before that? I'm trying to.
Hold on, Wilco. Well, I got you. So we have so the next race will be Plixus versus Froppy in 9 hours, then, like I mentioned, and then 2 hours after that we have C3PO versus Pochi.
Yeah.
And then another 2.5 hours after that we have Docs versus Revelox. So a lot of races again.
A lot of races coming away real quick and fast. So hopefully you all get a good rest, or take it enjoy some cage content in the meantime, and be back for our slew of races that are going to be coming up later on. Until then, thanks for watching. Big shout out to the races. Follow the races if you haven't, and till next time, we'll catch you then.
Goodbye.